Okay, so the latest Man City transfer news on this episode, we're going to do a full transfer window roundup. So all the ins and outs, including the loans. Hopefully we've got them all there for you. Transfer deadline day was fairly quiet for Man City. Couple of notable ins coming in was Pedro Porro from Girona. Not too sure of the transfer fee. I think it's undisclosed at the moment, but we've heard reports of 5.5 million, reports of 11 million. Probably potential that he'll go out on a loan somewhere in La Liga. He's a 19-year-old right back. He can play right midfield as well, attacking midfielder on the right. He's just really made his big break into the Girona first team last year and got 32 appearances. So he's a young lad that obviously Pep Guardiola's seen a lot of potential in. Snapped him up. Apparently there was quite a bit of competition out there for him. Snapped him up and then he'll go out on loan, and he's one for the future. And also Scott Carson come in as third choice goalkeeper, and that allows Aaron Muric, who had gone out on loan to Nottingham Forest. So that was the last minute flurry. The big news obviously yesterday was Leroy Sane, the cruciate ligament injury, that's probably going to keep him out for some time. Obviously there was a lot of scepticism when he went down and came off in the Community Shield, but it turns out that was pretty genuine, and that's a horrible injury really for a player to get, and who knows where it had gone. I mean, I'm reading reports in the papers this morning about Bayern Munich offering him sort of 400,000 a week and all that sort of thing, so who knows. But at the end of the day, it's what's happened is no good for the player, no good for Man City, and no club for any potential club that was signing him. So we wish him well. Hope he's back soon. Now, if you're new to the channel, we do videos like this on transfers. We do full player profiles of potential transfer targets. We do match analysis. We look at stats, player analysis, and try and put some sort of logic behind and reasoning behind the opinion. So if you want to keep an eye on Man City and the other top Premier League clubs, keep an eye on what they're doing, hit the red subscribe button below, press the bell notification, and you'll be kept up to date when I upload videos, which are pretty regular through the transfer window. They've been daily. Right, onto the video now. So the main players really in the transfer window was Rodri coming in, holding midfielder. We got a first glimpse of him in the Community Shield, and I think he's going to be an excellent player. Young lad, 23 years old, had a year with Diego Simeone, so he'll have learnt a bit in that year with him. João Cancelo coming at right back to add some competition to the right back slot there, and Angelino on the other left back slot to add some competition and some strength in there. But we'll run through, no centre back in, and that was the one area that I felt they should have strengthened in. But we'll run through all the ins and outs now. So and we'll give you the net spend as well. Now, we're not sure on the Pedro Porro, but working on 11 million as a worst case scenario. There's 139 million being spent. Coming in through transfers in, etc., about 61 million. So a net spend still to be confirmed, but around 78 million outgoing spend this transfer window for the 19-20 season. So let's run through those ins quickly. We've got Rodri coming from Atletico Madrid, 63 million. João Cancelo, 60 million from Juventus. Angelino, obviously that buyback clause, 5.3 million from PSV Eindhoven. Scott Carson, loan deal, 33-year-old third choice keeper from Derby County. Felix Correa, that one's unknown, from Sporting. Morgan Rogers, the young lad from West Brom, which will, I think that may go to a tribunal, I'm not too sure, but as a young lad, it's not going to be a hefty fee. And then the deadline day signing Pedro Porro, again, unknown, but we think somewhere between 5 and 11 million from Girona. So that's the incomings. All the outs, Danilo, 34 million. So with João Cancelo coming in from Juventus, Danilo going out for 34 million. Basically, it cost Man City 26 million to upgrade on their right back position there. Douglas Luiz, 15 million to Aston Villa. They've done an awful lot of activity this transfer window. Fabian Delph, 8 million to Everton. Man Garcia, 3.6 million to Sporting Gijon. Pablo Mari, 1.5 million to Flamengo. Aaron Muric, obviously, young keeper, gone out on loan to Nottingham Forest. Jack Harrison on loan to Leeds United. Zach Steffen, loan to Fortuna Dusseldorf. Philippe Sandler, loan to Anderlecht. Tosin Adarabioyo, loan to Blackburn, hope I got his name right. Lucas Nemecha, loan to Wolfsburg, and Ante Palaversa, loan to Ostend. So those were all the outs, totaling 61 million going out. So like I say, that net spend is 78 million. Now, first game of the season is Saturday, 12:30 kickoff against West Ham at West Ham. We'll just have a quick look. I haven't spent too much time, but just have a quick look at their main ins and outs in the transfer window so you can see who's left. So outs, we've got Adrian was released. Marco Anatovic, that was probably the big out, gone to Shanghai, 22.5 million. Sam Byron, Norwich City, 750,000. Andy Carroll was released, and obviously all the news yesterday, Newcastle have signed him. Small, I think, basic salary. He'll be on the minimum wage with a pay-as-you-play deal. So I don't suspect Newcastle it will cost them much to have Andy Carroll. I think he's already still injured and will miss the first month. But good luck to him at Newcastle. He's gone home, basically. Josh Cullen, Charlton Athletic. Grady Dianganga, West Brom. Fernandez to Mainz. Jordan Hugill to Queen's Park Rangers, all undisclosed. Name you'll remember, Samir Nasri was released, and it sort of went downhill for him, didn't it? Very quickly. And Lucas Perez, Alaves, undisclosed. The big ins, really, I won't go through them all, but Pablo Fournier from Villarreal, 24 million. That's their biggest in. And Albion Ajeti from Basel, 8 million. So it'll be interesting to see both teams. Not major surgery done in the transfer window, and it wasn't expected at Man City. He's got his squad there, and all he needs to do now through the transfer windows is just tinker with it, really. Just that centre-back position, I think, is probably the next one in the next transfer windows he'll look at, and then he's got people like David Silva next year to consider. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, if you like and subscribe below, appreciate any support you can give. Keep you up to date with all the latest Man City news throughout the season, give you some match reaction and some player analysis, back it up with some stats as well. And I'd be interested to hear your comments in the comments section if you have any comments on the ins and outs in the transfer window for Man City, and also if you want to comment on any other clubs. Always interested to hear what people have got to say about the different clubs out there. Try and respond to as many as I can. But thanks once again for watching.